I found out that I wasn't my husband's first choice. TL. Doctor, my husband is still in touch with his old love. My husband, 29, and I, 26, met online 3 years ago. We got married last May. We have had a great relationship and our wedding day was the happiest day in my life. My husband is so good to me and he makes me feel so loved and appreciated. And I love him so much. But everything changed last Monday. I was on my SIL's baby shower and when they didn't know I was listening my Mill. Sil and SIL's best friend were in the kitchen talking about my husband and I. The friend said that she liked me a lot and my Sil said she was happy he let go and settled with me and that she never thought this would happen. I pretended that I didn't hear them but I knew to be a close friend of my husband from college. He never mentioned that they were in a relationship. All I knew is that she moved to live in another city after graduation and that she couldn't attend our wedding. So since Monday I have been pondering. I am happy with him but I wanted to know why he never mentioned anything about So today I did what any sensible wife would do and I waited for him to go to work and started snooping around on his iPad. He doesn't know I know his code. I didn't even need to look for long. There it was. Tens, maybe hundreds of texts between them over a period of years. Before he met me and even after. From what I understood, he has asked her out many times and she has refused. Him telling her he would never love anyone like her and she stop at him with a wink emoji that says, I won't have you but please do keep trying. One of M's texts right before we got married was about how she knew she would eventually end up with him. My husband texts back that he was getting married soon and that he was happy. She answered, you can always get a divorce, and my husband sent a tears of joy winking face. She then texted, if you chose between the two of us who would you chose? He answered, you only want me when I'm not available. She answered, shut up. I know you still love me. He didn't answer. The last exchange between them was 3 weeks ago. She told him that she's moving back home and that she missed him and wondered if they could meet. He said of course he wanted to meet. She asked him, wouldn't your wife mind winking face? He answered, why should she? Quote, if she knew what I want to do to you she should be worried actually. He, stop teasing, it won't work. She, I'm not teasing. The poor woman won't stand a chance. She, I called you, why didn't you pick up? He, we're having dinner, I will call you tomorrow. So that's all I could find. I haven't talked to him yet because I don't know how to approach the subject. I think there's definitely something between them. But I can't ask him because he would know that I went through his texts. I am very hurt. I thought he loved me and that he was happy with me. I want to cry. I don't know what my next step should be. One moment I want to pretend I had no idea and wait for him to leave me, the next I want to run away and never come back. Send a screenshot with just this segment. You can always get a divorce, and my husband sent a tears of joy winking face with a message that says, you got your wish, tears of joy winking face. Seriously though, jokes aside, the fact that he hasn't even mentioned her to you makes me feel he won't ever be honest or loyal. So that's all I could find. I haven't talked to him yet because I don't know how to approach the subject. Send yourself the messages so he can't just delete them and tell you you're crazy. But I can't ask him because he would know that I went through his texts. How does this matter? He's been lying to you for years. For many, this would already be emotional cheating, even if he no longer seems interested. Hey I, 27F, have been in your position. Trust me, they don't change. And know what? When I finally got the courage to leave years later, after a lot of cheating, manipulating on his part, I found the love of my life. I have never been happier. Point is, you don't have to stay. You will find happiness. Save yourself the time and all the extra heartache. Good luck. I'm gutted for you. You have two options. Either way, you need to admit you read his texts. Don't feel bad about it. You were absolutely justified in doing it, and consider that overheard conversation a sign from the universe telling you this nasty bitch is coming into your life and planning on ruining it. Beat them to the punch. His name. I read the messages. I know what you've done. And what you plan to do next. You have one choice if you want to save this marriage. MC, I see, and never speak to her again. Or, his name. I read the messages. I know everything. I know what you're planning on doing. You sold me a false bill of goods on our wedding day. I'd ask you to fix this. To never speak to her again. But I know you are incapable of this. Because you are a weak and pathetic man. I won't waste another moment living a lie with you. This marriage is over. Personally, option 2 is my go-to. Life is short. And of the 3.5 billion men on this planet, I know for a fact there's a better, more worthy dude than this guy. Good luck. Opex. Def take screenshot and confront him. Do you know if he met up with this woman yet, or if she moved back yet? Can't ask? Ask. You going to wait for him to say he's going to meet a friend and just sit by? I'd honestly print out the screenshots, leave them for him to see, pack my shit and ghost him. It's kinda hard for me to tell exactly what the story is, but this definitely looks bad. I suggest you confront him and ask what the deal is with him and mention what you overheard. Pretend you didn't snoop and ask him questions. It's already disturbing that you got married and knew nothing about any of this. Maybe they were never in a relationship. Technically. But if this woman was so important to him, you should have known about it by the time you started considering getting married. But lying is even more disturbing. And if you ask him things like whether he still talks to her and he lies, you'll know he's lying. Don't be afraid to admit you snooped. Honestly, it's very understandable, and his behavior is super questionable. Okay, so I was reading your post and trying to advocate for your husband, in the hopes he realized what he had. The tears of joy winking face was teetering for me, but I thought maybe, just maybe, it was a way for someone who has a hard time setting boundaries to end the conversation in a polite way. But the way he still is accepting to see her after she's basically insisting on cheating? What a gross individual. That should have been crossing the no contact line, not the "I'll call you later" line. And you know, it sucks. It sucks for you and your marriage. But it sucks so much more because he's so close to the fucking truth it hurts. She only wants him when he isn't available. That's right. She wants to be wanted. That's it. She doesn't like him as an individual. She wants her backup free and clear, but he will never be her first choice. I think you need to offer a no contact and therapy as an option. Along with the divorce option, of course. He needs to learn how to set those boundaries. He shouldn't even be talking to someone so toxic, and he should know that. He's a grown-ass man. Life is short on this floating rock. Be with someone who fully loves and advocates for you. Even if that's you. Please update this post. Your husband is absolutely awful, and I really hope you leave him. So this is already very heavily emotional cheating. I can't stress that enough. I think this is way worse than if he went out and had sex with someone. He isn't just disrespecting you with the infidelity, but also with the lying, the omission, letting this woman have this power over him. Talk about your marriage as if it's nothing. Continue this relationship and agreeing to meet her. I think you have two choices. Either leave, or if you want this marriage to continue, confront him and forbid him from ever having any contact with this woman. It's either you or her. And even if he chooses you, he has a lot of amends to do. He needs to drop that friend. She sounds like she's using him to stroke her ego, whereas he actually cared about her. I hope his dumb ass doesn't do anything stupid like cheat. Why should she? Quote, allow me to finish his thought for you. I haven't told her anything about you. So you're not even a blip on her radar. You know, when people get into a similar situation, finding out they weren't the first choice, and someone brings up the hypothetical, well, if that person came back into his life and threw herself at him, who would he choose? Unfortunately, I think you're about to find out. This goes way past not being the first choice. This a runaway train. Destination: adultery. He's carefully set this up so you have absolutely no clue she even exists in his world. She clearly has bad intentions. And he's not shutting it down. It was absolutely dumb luck that you overheard the convo between Sil and friend. If you let this just continue without any indication you know what's going on, how do you think this would end? Do you honestly think, based on what you read, that if she'd set on sleeping with him, he'd be able to want to resist and reject her, if he thought he could get away without you finding out? Sorry, Op. It sounds like you're right. He's been flirting with her all along behind your back. And it sounds like actively trying to have an affair. Send yourself screenshots of everything so you have proof, and find someone who is actually 100% devoted to only you.
Leave.
I'm so sorry, but your husband is an idiot. This woman has done nothing but emotionally manipulate him for years for her own ego, and he ruined his marriage over it. I can almost guarantee you she doesn't give a shit about him, she just enjoys the control. She only wants him, now that he's married, and trying to get him to pick her over you is going to be the ultimate ego boost she wants, but she'll discard him as soon as she gets what she wants. It sounds like he's trying to be friends with this awful woman. Say you overheard your in-laws talking about this woman. Who is she? What was she to him, and why are you only hearing about her now? I would also rapid-fire follow up with, does he ever plan on seeing this woman or introducing you to this friend? I think you will have much clearer view on who you married based off of his answers. Don't let him know what you know, and see if he tries to steer you away from the truth and the fact that this hussy is moving in, then you know you can't trust him. Pack your bags and wait for him to get home. Print out all the screenshots and throw them around the house, break everything that means something to the both of you with a fucking bat, okay? You got me? Put your bags in the car and wait inside at the table with his tablet shattered. When he gets home, tell him to enjoy his new side fuck. Walk outside and put on your sunglasses, 'cause baby, it's a new day. Oh, and PLZ, file for a divorce immediately. You should get a divorce. I do not think your husband loves you. And he definitely loves this woman more than you. He's been carrying on this relationship behind your back and been dishonest about it. Firstly, I'm so sorry. I have been married 10 years, and if I found those messages to me, they are outside of my boundaries. You can forgive and forget everything up until you guys were official and properly dating. From then on, he was always kept her on hook, hoping to one day be with her, etc., or simply continued the flirting for his ego boost. Both reasons are disrespectful and awful. Personally, I'm so mad at how pathetic it sounds for him to still hold a torch for her when he's building a life with you. Did he ever really think he had a chance? She just liked the attention. You need some screenshots as evidence just in case. Whether or not you confront him when he gets home is up to you. How are you feeling about it all? Don't leave the house. I'm not quite sure why, but that's important for a divorce.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.